Hey, so this is something that I've had a lot of requests on, and I apologize for taking so long to get something compiled. But well, folks, there's so many systems, so many point of sale systems on the market. They have asked, how do I compare? How do I decide which one is best for my business? And so one method, depending how analytical you are, is to use a weighted point sheet, which is basically a fancy spreadsheet that will help determine which system is best for you and your business or organization. So before we dive into the actual spreadsheet, just so you know, besides 7 years of retail management experience and 7 years of restaurant management experience, I did spend better part of 15 years providing point of sale solutions to all types of businesses and organizations. I've worked with about 4,000 of them over the years. Currently, I do not represent any point of sale companies or any specific solution. So basically, you're getting free and unbiased point of sale advice. And in fact, in 2014, I did a little tally and I ended up working or helping, I should say, with just over 400 businesses and organizations. And they actually went on to spend about 2 million US in, point of sale hardware, software, labor, etc. So not bad for how basic the YouTube videos and my blog site are. So first up, we want to look at this crazy spreadsheet that I'm talking about. So let's bring up the spreadsheet. Basically, please keep in mind this is customized based on your knowledge to your business, which is good because it's your information. It's what is important to you. So the idea here is you're going to list out things that are important to you, and you can kind of break it down into different categories, like items, like features and functions, and the platform and the provider. And then you're going to assign a point value to each of these items. And one way you can do it is, say 5 points for something that I must have in my point of sale solution. Three, it'd be nice to have, but it's not critical. And one, it's not important. Now, again, these are just examples here. Um, Based on, if I was doing this for my business. Your list may be a lot more comprehensive or it could be a lot more basic. But so I've listed out some things that are really important, like gift cards, loyalty program, purchasing and receiving, item matrix. Not so important. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could print my store logo on a receipt, but it's not that important to me. However, printing barcode labels, tracking customer history, having security settings is important. QuickBooks accounting interface, yeah, it kind of important, but I could live without it. I definitely need to be accessing my stores or businesses information anywhere. And it'd be nice to have a link to an online shopping cart, but it's not critical because I don't do a lot of business online. And obviously, if you're a restaurant, that's probably not important at all. And then I do want to have a physical inventory count. And as you're going through this, also think about, who you're working with, who the potential point of sale providers are, and the system itself. Now, to me, I really don't care if it's on a Mac, Windows, or if it runs on a mobile device. I'm pretty tech savvy, so I am not really concerned if I'm buying from someone that's local to me or if they're online. And the same, I really am not interested as to whether they can provide me with on-site installation, training, or ongoing support. However, I do have some existing equipment, so it would be great if the solution would work with my existing hardware and my peripherals like my cash drawer and receipt printer, things like that. Um, Critical that this solution and the business I might be working with has positive references. Also critical, there has to be some sort of EMV path with compliance or the liability shift coming up in October of 2015. That's this year, folks. I want to make sure that whatever I'm investing in is also going to meet that EMV liability shift, so I'm not having to buy new terminals or upgrading my point of sale system. So that's kind of how you start. And then of course, the next step is actually, it's really not all that complex. I'm probably making it sound more complex than it is, but basically you assign your point values and you tally up. And we'll take a look at the same one, but it's filled in here. And so basically I've looked at solution A, solution B, and solution C, and I've assigned points, whether they can do that particular feature function. And then of course also going down here to things like the actual system. Now again, these weren't important. So this could be a Mac based, this could be PC based, this could be an iPad based. It isn't important to me, so they got 1 point. And some of the more important things like this solution A doesn't work with my existing equipment, so they get 0 points. Whereas solution B and solution C do use my existing hardware. As far as checking references, solution A and solution B had great references. Solution C had some good and some mixed references, so that's why I deviated a little bit and gave them 3 points. And of course, solution C here, they have no idea what they're going to do for EMV, so that's not only a warning flag, but worthy of 0 points. And then jumping back up to the top here, of course, did the same thing with these various things as whether these particular features and functions can be done. And again, because I'm ranking these on what's important to me, in the end, the overall possible point value was 70, and solution B came out the winner with a score of 69. That's pretty good out of 70. And then solution A and solution B, they came in a distant second and third. So really, solution A and solution C. So really, I've kind of decided, as far as what's important to me in all the different factors, solution B is the best solution, the best point of sale solution for my business or organization. So it really is that easy. Some things to keep in mind. This works for any business or organization since it uses what's important to you. You will be offered a similar type of spreadsheet or matrix or things from point of sale companies. Really don't recommend using those because it may not be obvious, but usually they're weighted in favor of that company's solution. And by all means, don't just use my example. It's a good starting point, but sit down, take some time to think about what's important to you. I mean, this is a big business decision, and you need to be making the right one. And so you need to take a little time and effort to put in the data that's important to you. And then finally, if you are in the US or Canada and you're in need of some free and unbiased point of sale advice, see the video description for ways to contact me. Happy to help. And thanks for watching.